Very shining and bright morning, dear children. Once again, I have come to you through another session of literature. So, today I thought of selecting a poem which falls under the category of humor. So, this poem is prescribed for your second term, and this falls under the category, as I told you previously, humor, and it is the poem Upside Down by Alexander Kushner. So as usual, prior to go for explanation, I would like to furnish you with some information about this great poet Alexander Kushner. He is a Russian poet and he won Nobel Prize for Literature. So I think that is more than enough to understand his literary skill. He had been a teacher of English and literature, but later he chose literary career as his permanent profession. And this poem, Upside Down, has been translated into many languages. So, he is writing lyric poems and he is recognized as one of the best lyric poets of the 20th century. I think this much of information is enough for your knowledge about the writer, and we are going to get the poem explained now. Right, upside down. It's a hyphenated phrase. What is upside down? Can you think? Now we are standing on our feet. It is our natural position. But if somebody stands on his head, it is unnatural. So there are people in our society also, every stratum of our society, who behave or who act in this topsy-turvy manner, do things in an upside down manner. So today we are going to learn about man who behaved in an absurd manner. So his motive is not very much clear, but we can admit that he is, behaving in this absurd manner just to become popular, or he is an attention craving character or a fame craving character through what? Through absurd behavior. Oh, then අපේ සමාජයේ ඉන්නවා අපේ සමාජයේ හැම ස්තරයකම වගේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ චරිත අපිට දකින්නට ලැබෙනවා නිතරම නෙමෙයි. They are highly attention craving. ඒගොල්ලෝ හැමතිස්සෙම මේ මොකක්ද අවධානය ගන්න මොනවා හරි විකාර රූපී වැඩක් කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ පුද්ගලෙක් පිළිබඳව තමයි අද අපි කතා කරන්න යන්නේ මේ upside down කියන point එකේ. Right. So, first of all, I would like to tell you how this poem has been started, or how the poet has started this poem. කොහොමද මේ කවියා මේ poem එක පටන් ගන්නේ? He uses a narrative element. Narrative element means when we are telling a story, we start that story with the words once upon a time or once they are lived. So he has used that technique to start the poem. So if you have your books before you, you can just go through with me the lines, and I'm going to give you the explanation line by line. Okay? Right. How does it say? Once they are lived and upside down. Then you have to understand this upside down is a man, a character, or the central focus or the protagonist of this poem is a man called Upside Down. Right. What does he say? next ඊළඟට මොනවද කියන්නේ? Who was the talk of all the town? මුළු නගරේම මිනිස්සු කතා කරනවා මේ upside down ගැන. That means he is invariably a very popular character, famous character. So people, become famous for several reasons, because of their talents, because of their beauty, because of their status, power. But here, he has become popular in his town because of this topsy-turvy behavior. මේ උඩු යටිකුරු හැසිරීම් රටාවත් එක්ක තමයි ඔහු මේ නගරයේ ප්‍රසිද්ධියට පත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Right, next, the poet Alexander Kushner gradually reveals us the nature of this character. මේ චරිතයේ තියෙන මේ ස්වභාවය මෙන්න මෙහෙම කියනවා. ටික ටික එයා හෙළිදරව් කරනවා. මෙන්න මෙහෙම ඉස්සරලාම කියන්නේ, if he was told to turn to right, he turned to left out of spite. මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? ඔහුට කවුරු හරි කිව්වොත් එහෙම දකුණට හැරෙන්න කියලා. ඔහු වමට හැරෙනවා. So, what does the writer try to tell about his nature from this line? මේ line එකෙන් මොනවද writer මෙයාගේ ස්වභාවය පිළිබඳව කියන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේ? He's trying to tell that this particular man is a very bizarre, thick-headed man who always likes to do the opposite of what is told. ඒ කියන එකේ හැම වෙලේම විරුද්ධ පැත්ත කරන්න ප්‍රිය කරන ඒ හිතුවක්කාර මිනිස්සෙක් කියන එක අපිට එකෙන් පේනවා. Okay? Right. Next he says, if when sailing in a boat, no one could make him understand why he seemed to be afloat. Oh, then, කවුරු හරි දැන් කියනවා මෙයා ගියොත් එහෙම බෝට්ටුවක් පදින්න වතුරේ. මෙයාට කිසි කෙනෙකුට කියලා දෙන්න බැහැලු ඇයි මේ බෝට්ටුව පාවෙන්නේ කියලා. Even a small child understands if a boat is on water, it floats. There's a scientific basis also, but even without this scientific knowledge, through day-to-day, experience and common sense, මේ සාමාන්‍ය බුද්ධිය කියන එක තියෙනවා නම්, you understand a boat floats in the water, right? If we take the scientific aspect of that, scientific basis, as the weight of the boat is less than the maximum volume of water, it floats. නේද? බෝට්ටුවක් වතුරේ පාවෙන්නේ ඒ බෝට්ටුවේ බරට වැඩි අර ජල ප්‍රමාණයේ බර වැඩි නිසා. දැන් මේක මේ දැනුම අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි අත්දැකීමෙන් දන්නවා මේ බෝට්ටුවක් වතුරේ පාවෙනවා කියන එක. But nobody can convince him this. He doesn't understand. එයාට තේරෙන්නේ මොකද මේ බෝට්ටුවක් ඇයි මේ බෝට්ටුවක් වතුරේ පාවෙන්නේ? He is asking such absurd funny questions. ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න මේ විදිහට එයා අහනවා. ඒක විතරක් නෙමෙයි. Not only that, he doesn't know what happens to the land. එයා දන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ වතුර පිරුණාම පොළවට වෙන්නේ? What happens? We all know that land is inundated or we say submerged. අපි කියනවා වතුර මේ වතුරෙන් මේ පොළව යට වෙලා වතුර මතුනහම පොළව පේන්නේ නැහැ. But he goes on asking what happens to the land? Why? Where is the land? Such absurd questions are asked by this man. So, from this part, we can understand this particular man called upside down has been unable to understand simple truths of life. මේ ජීවිතයේ තියෙන සරල සත්‍යයන්වත් අවබෝධ කරගන්න බැරි මිනිස්සෙක් තමයි මේ upside down කියන්නේ. From that part of the poem we are told that nature of this man. මේ මිනිස්යාගේ ස්වභාවය අපිට කියනවා. Right, go to the next one. He read his letters backside for and wrote his letters backside for. Right. Even a Montessori child knows how to write letters from left to right. From left to right, not from right to left. But this man always writes words from left to right to left or backside for. කෙලින්ම ලියන්න ඕනේ පැත්ත නෙමෙයි අනිත් පැත්ත. Just like his absurd behaviors and he writes letters the other way around. He writes words the other way around. අර යාගේ හැසිරීම වගේම තමයි upside down වගේ තමයි මේ අකුරු ලියන්නේ. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? දැන් මෙතන උදාහරණයක් කියනවා කවියා. So if a ton was to be read. ලියන්නෙත් එහෙමයි කියන්නෙත් එහෙමයි. Right? If a ton was to be read, he read it not the dunderhead. So it's very, very humorous. If he's asked to write ton, T-O-N, ton, he writes not. Not, that means he does the opposite of that. The other way around. අනිත් පැත්ත ලියන්නේ. So what happens then? What happens then? Then his communication, his understanding get disordered. ඔහුගේ මේ සංනිවේදනය disorder එකක්. Disorder එකක් කියන්නේ පිළිවෙලක් නැහැ. His communication is a total failure. What he wants to say is not understood by the listener. What he wants to write is not understood. That part is clearly shown here. Next one, the poet brings out another aspect of his character. තවත් මේ අංශයක් අපිට පෙන්නනවා මේ චරිතයේ. ඒක තමයි all his life he was afraid to cross a bridge. He always wait. Right? But the writer at the same time within parentheses another line is inserted. Then මෙයා කියනවා all his life he was afraid to cross a bridge. He'd always wait. Within parentheses he says unless the water was too deep or the embankment was too steep. මොකක්ද ඒ කියන්නේ? මෙයා මුළු ජීවිත කාලේ මෙයා පාලමකින් යන්න බයයි. So he is a phobic character. This fear of crossing bridges is called Gephrophobia. So he is a phobic character. That information is given by the writer to us. So he is a thick-headed man who is not listening to anybody's opinion or anybody's idea, and he is unable to understand simple truths of life. His communication is an utter failure, right? And he is phobic. ඔහු කිසියම් නිරන්තර බයකින් පෙළෙන කෙනෙක්. Now, but the writer hints us something about him. Look at the, sentences or lines in the parentheses are වරහන් තුල තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේව. Unless the water was too deep or the embankment was too steep. Then මෙයා පාලමෙන් යන්නේ නැතුව වතුරෙන් යන්නේ වතුර ගොඩක් ගැඹුරු නැත්තම් විතරලු. ඒ වගේම අර ඉවුර ගොඩක් බෑවුම් නැත්තම් විතරලු. එහෙනම් අපිට that is the only place where we are given a hint about this man's pretending nature. Must be pretending. Why people pretend? People pretend for several reasons. One reason is attention craving. They are attention craving. ඒ කට්ටිය මේ අවධානය යොමු කර ගැනීම සඳහා මේ වගේ විකාර රූපී දේවල් කරනවා. එතන බලන්න එතන කියනවා the dunderhead. Dunderhead කියන්නේ මෝඩයා. එතනින් මොකද්ද ළමයි කියන්නේ? Your behavior gives your label. ඔබගේ හැසිරීම ඔබව label කරනවා. Sometimes your outward appearance also labels you. The way you talk, the way you walk, sometimes give you a label. දැන් මේක අපිට නම් හරි අපි නිතරම අත්දකින්න දෙයක්. දැන් ඉස්කෝලේ මේ ළමයි හොරෙන් ගුරුවරුන්ට පවා නම් දානවා. කන්නඩි දාගෙන ඉන්නවා නම් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කන්නඩි පොළක කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේ label කරනවා. So you have to understand this carefully. Your behavior affects your personality. ඔබගේ හැසිරීම ඔබගේ personality එකට බලපානවා කියන එක අපි අවබෝධ කරගන්න ඕනේ. Right. Now, next we are going to see the other trait of this man. Uh, in that stanza, we are told, yes, we'll go through the lines. He went into a restaurant. The waiter said, "What do you want?" He said, I'd like a pair of socks with clocks on them and in a box." This is his answer. I'll reread it. What do you want? I'd like a pair of socks with clocks on them and in a box. This is the answer given by this man. So one can say, this man doesn't have common sense. Because are we going to buy socks from a restaurant? Api then restaurant ekකට යනවාද socks ගන්න? No. So you can from that also we can understand this is a kind of pretension. This man is highly pretentious. He just wants to make others laugh and gets their attention. So that is the thing, right? So then we can say he is very attention craving, and therefore he behaves as if he doesn't have common sense. අර සාමාන්‍ය බුද්ධියක් නැති මිනිස්සෙක් වගේ ඒ නිසා ඔහු හැසිරෙනවා. Right. බලන්න ඊළඟ එකේ මොනවද කියන්නේ කියලා go to the next part, next stanza of that. The circus came to town one day. In the past, this was a very common, thing. Circuses. මේ circus වෙන එක හරි පොදු දෙයක් ළමයි. As a part of entertainment. Nowadays you have a lot of ways and means to get entertained. But those days, entertainment was very rare. විනෝදාස්වාදය ලබන එක ක්‍රමයක් තමයි ඉස්සර මේ circus කියන එක. ඉතින් දැන් මෙතන කියනවා the circus came to town one day. Of course he went without delay. ඇත්තටම ඔහු අප්‍රමාදව circus එකට ගියා. එහෙනම් අපිට පේනවා he is a very jolly good fellow who likes to, have fun. මේ පොඩ්ඩක් විනෝද වෙන්න කැමති විනෝදයට බර කෙනෙක් circus එක ආවා කිව්වා විතරයි මෙයා යනවා because he is very very interested in making fun. Then what does the writer say? And everyone said upside down was funnier than the circus clown. Circus clown, you know who a clown is, right? And his performances, you are aware of them, right? So the writer says upside down performs better than the circus clown. අර circus එකේ හිටපු විකටයටත් වැඩිය මෙයාට පුළුවන්ලු මිනිස්සු විනාශ වඩේන. Alexander Kushner is trying to give a positive quality of this man, because we have been talking about some negative qualities of this man. No common sense, very very headstrong, and failure in communication, doesn't understand simple truths. But here he's a skillful man because he outsmarts the circus clown. Circus clown right. Go to the next line, next stanza. Just yesterday, the postman brought a letter to him from his aunt. Now he gets a letter, right? Those days, like nowadays, there are no, SMSs or Skype chatting or whatever it is. Writing letters was the only means of communication those days. People between, people who are away from each other, right? So the poet says, just yesterday the postman brought a letter to him from his aunt. Okay, shall I read it? Perhaps I ought. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I can't. Then මෙතන පෙන්නනවා බලන්න shall I read it? මම මේක කියවන්නද එක්ක ඕනේ නැහැ. එක්ක බෑ. එක්ක කියවන්න ඕනේ. He is hesitant. ඔහු පොඩ දෙගිඩියාවෙන් පෙළෙනවා. Then මෙතන පෙන්නනවා he doesn't have faith in him, or will say he is always hesitant. He cannot decide. He cannot decide what is to be done. That trait is also shown here. And next the writer says, I did this way, I did that way, then he stuck in his hat. Oh, එහෙන් බැලුවා මෙහෙන් බැලුවා. ඒක ඊට පස්සේ තොප්පිය අස්සේ දාගත්තා. Very very careless behavior is shown here. Very very careless. ඒක අරගෙන තොප්පිය දාගත්තාම it can fall off. ඒක වැටෙන්නත් පුළුවන් නේද? But he stuck it there. Right. Go to the next one. His auntie wrote. Now, who has sent this letter? Auntie has sent this letter. And next, Alexander Kush is trying to tell us what is written in the letter. මේ ලියුමේ මොනවද ලියලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා අපිට කියන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා. මෙන්න මෙහෙම කියනවා. Dearest boy. ආදරණීය දරුවෝ පුතේ ළමයෝ නැත්නම් ඒ වගේ ආමන්ත්‍රණයක් very loving address. All you do is to annoy. ඔයා මේ කරන දේවල් වලට නම් මට හරි කේන්ති. Wearing flannels when it's hot, going naked when it's not. මේ දාඩිය ගලද්දි හොඳටම රස්නේ තියතුවා flannels ඇඳගෙන ඉන්නවා. ඊළඟට මේ හොඳටම සීතල වෙලාවේ ඔයා මොකුත් නැතුව ඉන්නවා. He's naked. Yes, now you can see some people when they want to, want to be popular, and when they want to get the others' attention, they are going to the extent of remaining, naked. That is what here, it is very sarcastically brought up by the writer, right? Right? This ultimately කියනවා you must behave as the others do. ඔයා හැසිරෙන්න ඕනේ අනිත් අය හැසිරෙන විදිහ බලලා. If they have to respect for you, එතකොට තමයි අනිත් අය ඔයාට ගරු කරන්නේ. මෙතනදී Alexander Kushner is trying to tell us, right, how people are obsessed with fame. දැන් මේ ප්‍රසිද්ධිය ගහම සමහරුන්ට ඒක ඔබ්සෙෂන් එකක් ළමයි නිකන් උමතුවක් වගේ බවට පත් වෙනවා. ඒ උමතුව බවට පත් වෙලා they do what they are not supposed to do. ඊට පස්සේ නොකල යුතු දේවල් පවා කරනවා. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ දැන් මේ ආන්ටිගේ ලෙටර් එකේ පරමාර්ථය මොකද්ද? What is the objective of this aunt's letter? Because she wants to tell him that he should stop these things because his near and dear ones are badly affected by his behavior, by his conduct. මොකද ඒ තමුන්ගේ වටේ ඉන්න ආදරණීයන්ටත් මේක බලපානවා. මේ වගේ පිස්සු නටනකොට ඒ මිනිසුන්ගේ ගෞරවයට ඒක බලපානවා. And the aunt tells him, you can only gain respect by behaving according to the social norms. There are things called social norms. නේද? අපි දන්නා මේ social norms කියලා જાතියක් තියෙනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් සමාජ සම්මතයන්, සමාජයේ පිළිගන්න සම්මත දේවල් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි අසම්මත වෙන්න කියොත් එහෙම if you are going to go against these social norms, what will happen? We will be in trouble. අපි කරදරයටපත් වෙනවා. කොහොමද කරදරයටපත් වෙන්නේ? We are not respected by others. අපිට අනිත් අයගේ ගෞරවය දිනා ගන්න හම්බෙන්නේ and we are earmarked as crazy people. නේද? අපි පිස්සු චරිත බවට පත් වෙනවා and nobody yes, I told that fact, nobody respects you. කවුරුත් ඔයගලන්ට ගරු කරන්නේ නැතුව යනවා. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා so I can tell through humor, though this is categorized under humor, Alexander Kushner is giving a very powerful message to the society. සමාජයට ලොකු පණිවිඩයක් දෙනවා. Therefore, I can say this is a didactic poem. මේක කිසියම් ආදර්ශයක් සපයන කවියක් කියලා. මොකද්ද මේකෙන් අපිට දෙන ආදර්ශය? අපිට දෙන ආදර්ශය සමා you have to respect natural way of life. If you are going to be artificial or if you are going to, work in the other way around or topsy-turvy manner, you will be condemned and you will be laughed at. So I think you understood the meaning of the poem. Next we are going to discuss the themes and the literary devices of the poem. What is the first technique you come across? The very first one is the narrative element used by the writer. Now the poem, how is it started? It starts with the narrative phrase, once they are living. So we can take it as a literary device here. Next, what do you think of the, flow of the poem? It has a very light rhythm. There's an easy flow in the poem, so the reader feels like reading it over and over again without any exhaustion. They can go on reading when there's an easy flow. Right. Another technique is, now this is packed with humor. Make me hasya tiyanama, repetition, and also there's a technique called implication here. Imply karnawa, kisiyam deyak angawanawa. What is this implication? Do you find throughout the poem that this protagonist, or me poem ekina protagonist, ematha pradhana charitaya is going to, get his failures or drawbacks corrected, right? අපි දකින්නවාද මේ මෙයාගේ මේ අඩුපාඩුකම් හදා ගන්න යනවා නිවැරදි කර ගන්න යනවා නැහැ. එහෙනම් ඒකෙන් imply කරනවා this particular man or this upside down does not take any genuine effort to correct himself for that. So that is called implication. අපිට කිසියම් ඇඟවීමක් කරනවා. And hyphenated phrases are used, a lot. Hyphenated phrases are hyphen then upside down, even the title is hyphenated, and stanza form, that is very clear, and third person narration, right? And in some places direct speech is used. That is also be counted as what is called a device, poetic technique or device, visual imagery. If you explore more, you will find, you'll be able to get more devices, so it's up to you. Now you also must do something, right? So try to find out more devices in the poem. Okay, now we are ready to discuss the themes. So there are so many themes or messages conveyed by the writer. One theme is, some people behave in an odd manner to gain fame and attention. I told you during my explanation also, this is not, confined to a particular stratum of the society, but every stratum, whether you are wealthy, whether you are socially very, high, whether you are poor, there's no such difference for these types of character. Every social stratum you find these types of character who are attention craving and who want to be popular among people by doing absurd things. Behaving in an eccentric manner, we call. Amutu hasirin haraha prasiddha wenna utsaha karana minissu innawa. Next one, there are some people in our society who are unable to understand simple truths of life. There's a particular word also, tube bulbs කියලා කියනවා. They don't understand simple truths even. So our society is diverse and people are of diverse nature. So there are people who don't understand simple truths. Right. Another theme is people in our society are suffering from different types of phobias. Phobias කියන්නේ කිසියම් පුංචි කාලේ හරි මොකක් හරි ඇතිවෙච්ච බයක්. දැන් මෙයාත් මෙතන he pretends to be a phobic character. He shows us that he is afraid of crossing bridges. It is a kind of phobia, as I told you. And there are some other phobias also. Some are afraid of insects or animals. They are called zoophobic characters. I know there are some children I have met in my life, they are afraid of black butterflies. When they see a butterfly, they scream, shout out at the bottom of their throat. So, it is also phobia. And there's another, it's very interesting to know these things. There's another phobia called acrophobia. You are afraid of climbing heights. You are afraid of climbing heights. And there's another friend of mine, she is suffering from hydrophobia because she doesn't want to go in the water up to her knees, above her knees. She says she can go up to her knees in water. Whenever she goes above that, she feels like losing breath. She says she is suffocating. So in our society we have to understand this. These are not very big matters or to condemn people. That is not the point. This is the nature of people. We have to understand that. Next one. Yes. Now there are some people, their talents are not recognized. Now even this man called Upside Down, the writer says he is better than the circus clown. People say he is better than the circus clown. There are people in our society whose talents are unrecognized, so they remain very, silent and passive in the society. But there are people who are less bright and less skillful shine. ඊට වැඩි අඩු හැකියාවන් තියෙන කට්ටිය ෂයින් වෙනවා සමහර මිනිස්සු හැකියාවන් තියාගෙන එහෙම සිද්ධ වෙනවා. දැන් මේ upside down is also one such man. He is very skillful in making people laugh, but he is not recognized. He's not a professional in that field. Yeah, professional කෙනෙක් නෙවෙයි, වෘත්තිකයෙක් නෙවෙයි field එකේ. Right. Next one, carelessness. Carelessness should be avoided by all of us. Because it affects your progress. Now this man is also very careless. When he takes that letter, he stuck in his hat and he was very hesitant whether to read it or not. So such traits should be avoided. And when people behave in an eccentric manner, absurd way, or say topsy-turvy manner, their near and dear ones are badly affected. That's why this aunt is sending him a letter, because they are ashamed. They are ashamed. This man does anything, overstepping the social norms also. සමාජ මේ සම්මතයන් overstep කරගෙන යනවා just to get the attention of others. So therefore family members are affected. Family members are affected. That's why the aunt is writing, don't do this. Aunt is angry. Don't do this. If you want to be respected by others, you have to live according to the accepted social norms. That is the term. Accepted social norms mean පිළිගත් සමාජ සම්මතයන්ට අනුකූලව ජීවත් වෙන්න. So you can understand, though this is categorized under the theme humor, the poem gives us a lot of knowledge about our own lives, how to behave, why we should not exceed these accepted social norms or overstep these accepted social norms, and how to behave, and if we misbehave, what will be the consequence or repercussions. That is also clearly brought out here. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.